next one ain't really a question. I even got the kind of shirt on. Colin Kaepernick. And
Oh,
so I guess I'm in my own way. I take personal responsibility in this, but I put like I always think of stuff and I write notes and I put shouldn't that have opened eyes years ago. So I guess I was thinking Colin Kaepernick. I think this was what 2016, and the dude literally just kneeled and he got fired, and he was a legit good quarterback. Should have been playing. So years ago, we all watch a sport that is the most popular in the country, and we just watched this dude like not have a job, and just went on and kept watching football and was cool with it. And in a way, I mean, I ain't gonna say everybody's cool with it. I'm not gonna broad brush it or nothing, but we were all kind of in a place where we accepted it, because I mean, but we all know he got fired because he just knelt for rights for black people. Didn't do nothing else. Didn't cuss nobody out. Didn't hurt nobody. Didn't do anything. And I mean, literally, owners just did not hire this dude. So I'm just wondering what y'all think about that. Because that ain't even a question. That's just saying the name, Colin Kaepernick. just as we revisit it. Because I mean, we 4 years later now. Because I think this is the beginning of this year would be like the fourth year he's been at the NFL, I believe. But and he might have a possibility of coming back. But what do y'all just think? Like when I always use the word accountability, what should the accountability be for that? Because I mean, I'm talking about from a player standpoint, owner standpoint, fan standpoint. Like, how'd y'all really like feel about it? Like, should have been something more done with that?
well, being that he was a 49ers quarterback, I think that he's entitled to whatever retroactive pay that he should get for being blackballed from that team and not being able to do so.
So just to put this out there, the 49ers had already released him. I don't know. I don't think they were looking for a trade, but I think he was his contract. Either his contract was up, and he already stated that he wanted to go to another team, and that was his decision before all this happened. He literally said he wanted to go to another team, and they were in the process of trading him. So I don't think they kicked him out. I think he was literally being released anyway. But everybody thought he was going to get a job though. So let me put that out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean that just shows you how non-supportive of the NFL is of black quarterbacks that stand for something. And that's my statement.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead. My bad, Omar.
No, you go ahead, brother. You got it.
No. So I think it shows how unsupportive the NFL is of black people in general. I mean,
80% of sport.
black people is the labor to them. They're like the fast food. I mean, granted, high paid, yes, they make a lot of money, but they make pennies compared to what owners make.
Yeah.
I mean, Colin Kaepernick could have started for at least half the teams in the NFL. He could have started for he should have started for the 49ers. He was better than Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, that's took his job. I agree.
yeah, exactly. And so
I would take him over Wentz any day.
yeah, so
I mean, I ain't saying much.
being out of the league 4 years, I don't know that he'll come back because that's a long time to be out of the league, out of live action. You know what I'm saying? So, I think he can come back. I think he's got the talent to, but, the question is a team going to give him a legit shot? And would he, accept whatever role somebody offer? But that's, the fact that the way the NFL treated Colin Kaepernick is a slap in the face of Black America. And they tried to make up for it with this latest Roger Goodell, I don't know what that was, apology or whatever, but he never apologized to Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
I mean, just because he acknowledged they were wrong, that's not an apology, really.
Dude, I was.
So
Yeah. Oh, you go ahead.
So Shane, I'm in Omar. I'm gonna actually ask y'all this because I think the view of it would suit your answer a little bit better. Do you feel that the example that was made out of Colin Kaepernick would set precedents to every black black person in the NFL, but also to go a little bit further than that is on your initial thought of he's been out the league too long. My my rebuttal to that is even if he came back, he still I truly think that he would still be in the top 5 of what the league is today because he's not missed a beat in training. Like the dude gets up 6 o'clock,
He
four
didn't
or
practice
5
against the
o'clock.
NFL defense in 4 years.
He ain't gonna be no top
Right,
five.
I give you that.
You
Yeah.
can't,
But
you can't simulate that.
Okay. All right.
so
Okay.
so I pose a question. Um, so and this probably comes more from just black pride, all right? So let's just be real. We got corporate white America, primarily NFL ownership, versus a black male that was not following the rules or being disrespectful, whatever you want to call it. Took a knee, silent knee, peaceful protest knee on one of the biggest American platforms in the world, where American Pride you could argue that it's probably the biggest for football more than anything else. And a lot of people felt some type of way. A lot of people felt that it was disrespectful of the game, and then some people, it's just a lot of bullshit. So my question that I pose is, Kaepernick has made like a lot of money from this in terms of the Nike endorsements and from various support channels and whatnot. So he's multi-millionaire many times over. Me personally, after the apology, if you want to call it an apology, I don't call it an apology. It's a step in the right direction, but it needs to be a real legit apology and what we're going to do on top of the apology. But even if I receive that, I just can't say with my pride and knowing who I am and the struggles that I've gone through, and to be disrespected and humiliated in front of the world like that and not supported by the organization. I don't know if I could go back and play for them and for any amount of money. But I don't know. Maybe somebody else might feel different. But
That's a good man. That's a good point. I feel you on that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually
I
a real
I
legit
agree
point.
with you, Omar. I would say to add to that is that if every black person that actually is in the NFL right now decided that, hey, look, we're not going to play for you or your establishment anymore. We're going to actually form our own NFL team or somewhat of it. I think that would actually be more detrimental. The actuality of that happening, I don't see it.
Yeah, that ain't happening. But I I get where Omar coming from in a sense. Like looking at it from outside in, I can see that. But I also look at it as the fact that people that make it to that level, the amount of preparation and practice and work that they do, and that's literally the only league to play that sport at that level. It's almost like a monopoly in a way because that's the only place you can go. Like he ain't got no other options to play football, and if he wants to play at that level, I mean, you can't. I wouldn't get upset with him if it's the fact that I came up as a quarterback. I want to play this game. That's what I put my life to be, and then have to play. Even if you plan to try to put change into it or whatnot, but I mean, I wouldn't be against him because he wanted to play. But I do get where you coming from. Like in a way, I'd be like, I'm fine financially and everything, but I just think it's something maybe beyond that, just for the hunger to play because you want to be competitive. Just like if there's anything we all do that's competitive, sometimes you just want to compete and you want to be playing the best at something. And unfortunately, that's just the NFL. Like you can't go nowhere else.
And also on the side note, Omar, a factor of Colin Kaepernick is that he didn't gain his wealth from the Nike deal until he got blackballed. It was when it was made official.
But no, Kaepernick
So a
got
lot
paid
of
though, because Kaepernick got a
Yeah,
settlement
hold
with the
on.
NFL too though.
Yeah. But
Nike,
that was
I
out.
know,
But that was
the whole time.
yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, but that was no, but that was after the fact because his Nike deal, they canceled the contract that he had at the point of fact when the NFL was actually making it a known issue. he didn't actually get anything.
I ain't hear nothing
He
about
didn't
Nike
actually.
canceling.
No, Nike kept his endorsement deal, and then when his original deal expired, they signed him to the new deal about the
Yeah,
commercials they made.
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, they Nike always paid Colin Kaepernick. They
okay,
didn't
Look,
they didn't
yeah,
cancel
yeah,
nothing.
one thing Nike do is Nike backs all that stuff, but Nike also know that the people that buy Nikes are gonna keep spending. That's the thing that I don't like about the world now, because you always wonder if it's really ethics or morality, or if it's just I can make some money doing it. Because the NFL at that time, because you see right now they're trying to get them when we're going through the Black Lives Matter movement. It's oh yeah, we'll give them a tryout, and then you got Goodell jump on TV with that. I hated listening to that fool. And he didn't even say his name the first time. And then his advisors told him, hey, make sure you say Kaepernick. Then he came out and was like, oh, yeah, we'll give Kaepernick a shot. I'm like, dude, like, it's all about money, dude. If
yeah,
this stuff would have never happened, Kaepernick would still be an afterthought to the NFL. There wouldn't be no Goodell with that fake speech talking about we're supporting black people and we're going to, I mean, it's BS, dude. It's a bunch of BS that makes some money, and they just follow the
yeah.
money. And I mean, I'm not trying to diss Nike in that way because Nike seems to support everybody, but I also feel like they still making a lot of money doing that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually making money from both ends.
oh yeah, well I mean they're on the right side of stuff, but I mean I just it's just stupid nowadays that we had debates on what the right side is. Um, but yeah, that's just my thought. That shit it pisses me off when I think about that stuff. But yeah, whenever I get Colin, I talk the Colin Kaepernick. I said like some of these questions I asked, it was all about conversations we had. I had that one with Wayne. I remember I didn't get heated at him, but just thinking about it in a way, it just made me mad, dog. Because this dude literally isn't playing a sport that he should be playing. Because I mean, if you look at it, if you say a real basic, it just sounds horrible. He literally ain't playing a sport that he's great at playing because he stood up for a community that he's part of peacefully, just to say that black people were getting killed too much. I mean, that's obviously a reason to fire him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just ridiculous to me, but that's just me venting. So we'll get past Colin Kaepernick. Let me get by that.